Hey, Facebook fans, Leanne Aguilera here with the amazing Justin Hartley.
Amazing.
Because you're going to recognize him from This Is Us, because everybody tuned into it last night. It was NBC's highest premiere in a very long time because the show is phenomenal. We're going to be taking your fan questions, so start sending them in the comments for us right now. I'm going to be looking them up on my phone. I'm not texting Justin. I'm not bored by you.
Okay, all right.
But thank you so much for coming in right now. First of all, how are you feeling right now? The show finally premiered.
Yeah, so a couple of things. You know, we've been sitting on this for long. It was one of the first pilots that was filmed last pilot season. Actually, was filmed before pilot season, so we had to sit on it for like almost a year now. We got picked up a long time ago, and there's a twist at the end of the first episode, which it's so nice to be able to talk about it now.
Hold up, spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert, sorry.
If you've not watched it right now, please just leave. Don't really leave.
And come back in 30 seconds.
Yes, exactly. But this is a huge twist. Say it out loud.
Ready? Can I do it?
Do it.
So the three characters that are sharing their birthday, Chrissy Metz's character, my character, and Sterling Brown's character, we're brother and sister, we're triplets. So that baby that you see that's adopted, but the fact that we're able to talk about that now, and it explains so much at the end of the show, I think everybody, it's like that aha moment where it's like, oh, so all of this stuff, that's how they're connected.
Yes.
And to be honest with you, to me, I didn't get it when I first read it. I mean, I got it, but I didn't suspect anything until the very end of the script, and then I literally had to put it down, walk away, come back, and be like, did somebody just blow my mind? But then when you see it, it's actually even better. It's one of those things where it's better. The movie's better than the book, which is very rare. Yeah.
Well, and considering the fact that it was by the director, creator, producer of Crazy Stupid Love, we should have seen something like this coming our way. And also the fact that it was revealed that Mandy Moore and Milo Ventimiglia are playing your parents.
They're playing my parents, which is sort of a surreal thing. And Milo takes it very seriously. Yeah. He takes it very seriously.
Like, does he call you son on set?
Sometimes he looks at me and I feel like when he's looking at me and he's doing his real earnest Milo thing, he's just so earnest and he's such a nice guy, and I just feel like, I mean, he's like the most loving human being on the planet. This man is like, he's such a good spirit. He really is fun to be around. I love Milo. My dad.
Also, apparently we have a mutual friend. Hey, Encore.
Yes! Yes! How you doing, buddy?
Right now. So
all right, that's great.
He says hi to you.
Yeah.
I
got a very sweet text from him. He's one of my best friends in the world. I got a very sweet text from him this morning. So
I love that. Well, we actually have our first Facebook comment from Mimi. She says, "I love the premise of this show, and I can't wait for the next episode."
Yeah.
So why don't you give us a little tease as for what's happening in episode 2?
Sure. So now that the cat's out of the bag, we got to figure out what's happening with. You know, it was announced that someone had died. In the first episode. So as to like when he dies is sort of, up for grabs, I guess, as far as the audience is concerned. And then for Kevin, he's going to try to, like, he's at a crossroads, right? He's got to figure out, did he make a huge mistake by leaving the show? Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously it was a good paycheck.
Yes.
And he's, famous-ish, and it looks so good on paper, right? But he had this meltdown. Can he go back? Will they accept him? Does he even want to go back?
Yeah.
Is he a joke? He's having so many, like, all this self-doubt that sort of creeps in, I think, to all of us, especially at that age, at this age. And he's sort of he's at this moment where his personal life and his work life, and I think the perception that other people have of him is sort of becoming apparent to him.
Yeah.
And it's not the way he wants to be perceived. And it's sort of one of those things where in a private moment, you have those moments where you're totally alone, no one's around you, but you sort of can feel yourself getting embarrassed or sweating and nervous.
Especially when you think back on the
God, and you're like, what did I do? So he's having one of those moments, and he's got to figure out like what he's going to do. Is he going to like, be a man? Does he know how to be a man? And hilarity ensues. Is hilarity a word?
I think so. We're going to make it a word now.
New word, hilarity.
This is your day.
Thank you.
This is your day after the premiere.
Yeah, we had a long night.
Yeah.
But it was good. I'm glad everyone liked it.
You were all tweeting together as a cast.
We were.
How fun was that?
It was great. I feel like Mandy's really good at it, and I feel like I feel like I'm not really good at it. I'm trying to say you can't spoil the show, and I'm trying to give quotes. I don't know what I'm doing. Trying to be nice.
Lindsay, actually, you took one of my questions, so this is fantastic. Lindsay wants to know, how does This Is Us compare to working on a daytime soap opera?
It's a good question. I've always said, Lindsay, thank you for the question. I've always said that acting is acting, and that's true to a point. On This Is Us, we get the benefit of having a little bit more time, and there's a lot of people that are focused on one moment as opposed to the speed of it all. On a daytime drama, there's this need to get it done. You produce so much material in so little time. I mean, those folks are craftsmen. I mean, there's some wonderful actors. I'd like to see what they could do on our show. That'd be fun to bring some of them along. That was like a family to me. Young and the Restless, it was like my family, and we'd become a really sort of fast family at This Is Us. We've cast dinners and stuff like that. I love these people, so we very quickly become very, very close. So
I love that.
Yeah,
That's
it's
so
good,
sweet.
and it translates on screen. I mean, I hope I'm not being too like
No, because
energetic, because I
actually,
love the people I work
you
with.
should see all the comments that we're getting. Like, we're just getting like really nice things. Like Susan says, nice show. Tiffany says this show is going to be epic and last a long time. I
hope
love
so.
it. Cheryl says in all caps, I'm in love with it.
I hope so.
So
Good.
people are really
good.
starting to really like this.
Well, good. That puts a smile on my face because we work really, really hard, and there are a lot of laughs in the show. But you know, a lot of the things that you're getting emotional about, we take that ride too. So we pour a lot into this show. I was sort of speaking with you earlier about before the premiere. I was at work, literally crying for like 4 hours. These scenes take a long time sometimes. And we just put so much emotion in the show. And
what is your secret, though? I gotta know. Are you able to get the real tears, or are you using the menthol stick?
No, I you know, the thing is, I don't have anything against the menthol stick.
Okay.
I just don't use it because I don't.
You're able to tap into it well.
I just feel like it's safer for me.
Yeah.
I've always felt like if you're actually doing what you say you're doing, then I feel like people can't diss you for not.
Nice.
So there's really nothing like I'm actually doing. You know, if I'm doing it, then people have to say, well, he's doing it. I don't, you know.
He's not taking any shortcuts.
Right.
He is
right.
committing to this, you guys.
Plus, there's something that happens with like your cheek. Like if you're actually experiencing a moment, you know, your complexion changes and it just looks a little different. I think.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Well, so here's what I need to know. Now that we know the twist.
And that I'm a crybaby.
And that you're a crybaby. How are we going to see the show moving forward in terms of, are we going to be doing a lot of flashbacks and flash forwards? Are we ever going to really see you and Mandy and Milo in the same room together?
It's a good question. There's definitely, part of our show is definitely telling the story of us, how we got to be where we are, why we make the decisions that we make, why we have the relationships that we have with each other. And part of that, how we do that is by telling the story. So there are going to be we have kids coming in to play us in earlier years. We have teenagers coming in to play us in earlier years. So you're going to see all these little stories and how it all unfolded and how we became who we are now. As far as working with Mandy and Milo, man, there's a twist almost in every episode.
Really?
There really is. So either a twist or an aha or a what, like one of those. So I can't reveal too much about that.
Wow, this is a much more secretive show than I ever thought was going to happen.
It's like Lost, man. It's like, it's crazy. It is me, too. Every time I read one, I'm like, what? How's he doing this every single week? And it's unbelievable.
Is this going to be like Parenthood, though, where we're going to cry every single week? I'm fine with that. It is?
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you like 2 for sure. And then also like 3 through 9 for sure. But then I don't know after that because I haven't read anything after 9. But so... First 9, yes.
Okay, well then let's go ahead and do this. So if we're going to be watching this every week, give me the items. Well, yes, but give me the items that we definitely need by our side as we're tuning in.
If it were me, okay, I would have phone on silent.
Okay.
I would have a box of tissue. You don't want to do like paper towels because they just get a little too you start getting.
So invest in like the nice tissues.
I think so, right?
Yeah, like the Puffs Plus. Sorry, this isn't a brand plug.
I mean, I think like we should be on the side of like something like that, right?
Yeah,
like I think it would be like this is your This Is Us tissue, right? And then maybe some Purell.
Okay.
Because and then also maybe.
Are you thinking like comfort food?
I'm thinking comfort food like beer.
Oh, hi, hey.
And or maybe like a wine.
So. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, or a champagne afterwards. You can pop because you're gonna feel good after the show's over. Every single time you're gonna feel good. You're gonna feel good.
I love that.
Me too. Me too.
Well, since there are going to be some flashbacks in the show, let's flash back a little bit into your acting past.
Oh, look, I have to be somewhere.
No, but I really want to flash back to 2006 when we first saw you on Smallville.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I love Smallville. I'll talk about Smallville all day. Yeah, I love Smallville.
We saw you play Oliver Queen, a.k.a. Arrow, and ever since then, there's been this little culty show on CW, I don't know if you've heard of it, called Arrow.
Yeah.
Have you ever tuned into that one and compared your Oliver Queen styles?
I haven't. I've spoken to Steven, though.
Yeah?
You know, the interesting thing is he plays a character, Arrow. Mm-hmm. The show is called Arrow. My character was never referred to as Arrow. It was always Green Arrow.
Yeah.
Right? And
he's Green Arrow now. It's been evolving.
Oh, is that what's
happening?
Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
so
yeah.
now he is known as Green
Well,
Arrow.
I know that, like, one of the reasons why I'm so proud of Smallville is, first of all, I came in halfway through the series. Mm-hmm. And I think what they created is a, sort of like a platform for all these shows at the CW that they're on now. I mean, they're not even really culty anymore. It's like sort of like a whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm really proud of that. And they have The Flash over there, and they have Arrow, and they have all their shows are doing so well. And I know Tom is really proud of that as well, being, you know, he was Clark Kent and all that stuff. So, but yeah, they're doing well, and I've spoken to Steven about it so many times, and I always tell him whenever I see him, I say, take care of your body, because he's a very strapping, like, you know, unbelievably fit guy, but that job is grueling, and he's, from what I understand, does a lot more physical stuff than I did on Smallville. It's all about him, so. Yeah, hopefully he's taking care of himself.
Definitely. Well, It's nice, though, that you had a little bit of a superhero background.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
we almost were going to see you as Aquaman. Almost.
Almost, yeah. Some people saw it. It was like, what was it, like a iTunes thing? Yeah. But that was fun, too. A lot of time in the water.
Yeah?
Yeah. A couple of scary moments in the water, but
Please explain.
Well, you know, it's tough because when you're playing Aquaman, you breathe underwater, which obviously I can't.
Oh, my God. Illusion shattered.
Oh, no. Sorry. But you have to get so you go down with a tank, right? And you're breathing, and then you get rid of the tank and you get rid of the mask, which means you can't see. And you got to wipe all the bubbles off your body, and people are wiping them up because it can't look like you have air. Then you're swimming around, you're halfway through the shot, they drop a mic in the water, and you can hear, even though you really can't see where you are, you can hear sort of how far you are in the shot. You have 30 seconds left, and you're thinking, 30 seconds, I've got 10 seconds of air left. It's tough. It's a tough job, so.
But somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it. Now I just cry and laugh.
Now you just cry and laugh all the time. Well, but actually, Sherry has a really interesting question for you, which, like, kudos to you, Sherry.
Sherry.
So since you can cry so well, can you give us your best ugly cry face on demand right now?
No. Sherry, listen, I got to tell you, I love you, but I am not doing that for you. Does that make you ugly cry? I'm not. You'll see it next week. You'll see it Tuesday. This Is Us on NBC. You'll see me ugly cry enough. Can I please just not ugly cry right now?
Fine.
And I have a little bit of a cold. I'm getting upset.
But, like, I love that you, like, just professed your love for Sherry, but, like, don't be dropping those L-bombs. You are an engaged man.
That's right.
Talk to me, like, how did you put a ring on it? Congratulations.
Well,
Last month, he popped the question.
I did, yeah. If you've ever seen or been around or heard of anyone that has ever been around my fiancée, Chriselle, you know why. She's got this contagious laugh. Her voice is contagious. Everything about this woman is just so fantastic. When you meet someone that you feel like you're better in every single way when you're around them. What choice did I have? She's a phenomenal human being and just so loving and loyal and wonderful and everything you could possibly imagine that you would ever want.
Did you have a smooth proposal?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't want to do. It's so interesting because we're not showy people necessarily, so it wasn't like, let's go, I don't even know what you would do.
Eiffel Tower, like something crazy.
Which is great, and that sounds wonderful, but I wanted it's like based more in reality a little bit, so I did it at home. Yeah, and she, so I'll tell you really quick.
Okay,
So I bought her this ring for our 2-year anniversary, and it broke, okay? Not because it's a piece of garbage, but because she's very active, and she smashed it in a door. I forget what she did. But anyway, I was supposed to take it in and get it fixed, and I never got around to it. And so finally I told her, I was like, I took the ring in and got it fixed. I put the box on. I was like, it was awesome. She's like, when did you do that? I go, just today. And so she ends up opening, long story short, she ends up opening the ring and it's broken. And she's like, oh, sweetheart. And she goes to turn around. She's like, the ring is, and I was on my knee with the actual ring. So she had no idea. And then she asked me to tell her what happened because she forgot everything that happened. So truthfully, I could have done anything, But
you could have retold a totally different tale.
Yeah, I should have. I should have said, "Well, we were at the Eiffel Tower, honey," and that's what I should have done. Maybe I wonder if that'll still work.
No, but that's really sweet.
Yeah.
But are you gonna get the original ring fixed?
I did actually. After that,
Okay,
we ended
good.
up getting the original ring fixed. So yeah, everything is good. All my bases are covered.
Good. I'm glad to hear about that.
Yeah.
How are we going to see your romance in the show move forward? Are we ever going to see a love interest for you?
Yeah, we cast a wonderful actress. Her name is Janet Montgomery, and she comes in and plays a pivotal role in Kevin's life. She's very not nice at first. She's like really sort of into her work and just sort of this cold not nice to him. And then she ends up, of course, kind of warming up a little bit.
Yeah.
And so we'll see how that dynamic that's interesting to see Kevin have to reach into places he's never had to reach before, but he needs to, so.
Well, we are reaching the end of our interview. I could chat with you about This Is Us all day. But
Okay.
here's what I'd like you to do.
Yes.
For all the fans out there who watched the show last night and fell head over heels for it,
Who
what do you want
really
to...
appreciate it, by the way.
Exactly. What do you want to tell them, and what can they look forward to as the show continues next week?
Yeah, so that emotion that you felt last night when you watched the show, or that you're going to feel when you watched our first episode here, hopefully, you'll have that every single week. And we're dedicated to, I think, making a show that is real. I think if you have a heartbeat in your chest, I think you're going to relate to one, if not more than one, storyline on the show. And we'll bring you that every single week. We're going to make you laugh every single week, for sure.
Okay.
And also just sort of feel good. I think the world needs a show like that right now, where you're like, yes, after you're done watching it, you take pause. Maybe, without sounding too preachy, I've always said maybe people will be done watching a particular episode and maybe go, I don't know, retuck their kids in.
I feel like it's going to be a very cathartic show.
I think so too. I hope so. Without sounding too preachy, I truly do believe that we're onto something here. So I appreciate everyone for watching. Thank you so much. And there's more to come. Every single week is phenomenal.
Well, but the one question that we have gotten a million times, I know you're a little bit busy right now, but could we see you return to Young and the Restless for just a quick little appearance?
I love those people over there. I would get a kick out of that. I love those people over there. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. I'll cross them too, yeah.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much, Justin,
Thank
for
you so
coming in
much.
and chatting with us. I really appreciate it. And for all of you guys who are watching right now, make sure that you click subscribe to ET's Facebook Live pages so that you never miss another interview like this one right here. And hopefully we're going to have Justin back so that we can keep talking and crying and loving This Is Us.
I would love that.
Awesome.
I would love that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.